Hi Capricorn. So the way this spread works is this is the third quarter, and then these are the overview cards for each of those 3-month periods of time. And then your overview, your overall energy is the Temperance card. So maintaining emotional balance. All right. Spending time with yourself. Don't let people kind of just keeping your emotions in check. And I'm sensing, Capricorns, that you kind of maybe have some people or someone in your life that just kind of nags and nitpicks and needs a lot of like reassurance from you. And I don't know if this is a relationship or just somebody in your life, but just remember to like make sure that you're taking care of your emotional balance throughout the rest of this year, okay? I have no idea why I was felt like I had to say that. So for starters, the third quarter, we have the 5 of Cups. So there might be some regret in your love life. Okay, you might be regretting something in your love life, something that you said or did, or regretting not working hard enough or trying to get somebody back, or there's something that you might be regretting. Okay, now what's good, and this is definitely your energy. I know it's a Cups and you're an earth sign, but for this to be an overview card, kind of setting the tone for the next 3 months, that's kind of going to be the place where you're coming from in your love life, is this place of kind of, there's been some spilled milk, some regret, and then is there a way to fix it? Is there a way to rectify it? And, you know, trying to really focus on the positive, which you're always good at anyway, but doing so because of what has happened. Okay. I don't know if I'm putting this over here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but that's the 5 of Cups. But it looks like it's going to go really well actually for you. And maybe it's because of this energy. This energy might be like causing you to do something or spawning some sort of action on your part, because we start the third quarter, and it's probably something you're dealing with right now with this reciprocity. So in your love life, there's something that's kind of equaling out. Maybe there's equal communication, equal time spent, equal effort, okay? And you're really acknowledging that about your partner. And even if you're dating, you're acknowledging that the people you're reaching out to and the people that you are spending time with are kind of doing so to you also on an equal manner. It doesn't feel one-sided, okay? It feels safe and secure that with your partner or with your dating life. Then we have the Queen of Cups. So this talks about a water sign or someone that has a water in their chart, specifically rising sign, moon sign, or Venus sign, but very watery energy. So she's looking at you. Now, again, this is you because Pentacles represent earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. He or she is looking at you, and and a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So she comes from a very loving and caring place. She always wants what's best for everybody. She can be a little bit of a drama queen, okay? She can fly off the handle a little bit, but her intentions are always really coming from a place of love. She wants that equality. She wants that in a way, okay, and maybe a little bit of an unhealthy way, but she wants that tit for tat. If I'm giving you all my time, I expect you to show me that you want me to, or I want you to give me time also. If I'm opening up to you, I want you to open up to me. That's what that means. Okay? So, and again, in relationships, there's different levels of commitment, there's different levels of love, and that transactional, there's 5 levels, and the 4th level, second to highest, okay, the 4th level is that transactional level, and that's where somebody or both parties do have that mindset of, well, I canceled my weekend plans to spend them with you because you were sick, so you owe me, or I said this to you, so I'm showing you how much I care, so that automatically assumes that you're supposed to show me how much you care too. It's not a bad form of love. It's just very transactional. And so there really might be real love and emotion and passion and sex and all that in the relationship, but it's definitely not to the state of being unconditional love. And that is very hard to get anyway in life. The majority of good relationships are transactional relationships. So that's what she's looking at. She's saying, I want this reciprocity, or she's acknowledging that there is equality and reciprocity in you and your relationship right now. Okay? If you're single, you're meeting somebody and they're acknowledging this. Okay? They're noticing. Am I texting him too much? Am I texting her too much? They don't text as much. Well, that's a sign for them to pull back on the investment and not get involved so much with you until you start stepping up, right? Yeah, naturally, but she might get a little offended by that because she's the Queen of Cups. And because of that, noticing the equality, noticing the reciprocity, or looking for it, if it's not coming in a way that she likes, again, watery energy, if she doesn't get it in the way that she likes, she's going to automatically assume that there's some secrecy going on, some sneaky behavior. That may or may not be the case, but it is kind of the breeding ground for insecurities to arise out of assuming that there is secrets. And then it causes one person, possibly you, to actually pull back and withhold information and time and attention. The Hermit is the card of Virgo. It means solitude. It means pulling back. But it also means searching and seeking philosophically within your mind what it is about. What's this relationship about? What's this communication style about? Do I want this in my life? Do I need this in my life? How can I improve as a person to give them what either they need, or, you know, you're having those types of thoughts. Not in an insecure, going down the rabbit hole manner. Not at all. It's a very philosophical approach and a very much a self-betterment approach, because he's ultimately looking for the right answer. Universally, what's the right answer? What's the right thing to do? What should be done here? How can I be so it's better? Okay, that's what the Hermit is doing. It's the card of deep, deep, deep introspection. And it is the card of Virgo, which is an earth energy. So this is representing you in dealing with this scenario. Maybe with this hothead here, okay? Who truly has deep emotions. This person's not crazy because they get dramatic and emotional. They're not. They are very kind and loving, and they are empathic, and so they most likely will be, well, I can't assume they're empathic, but they're very intuitive, and they feel a lot. And so they feel differently than you. Water signs, they run their lives, they're ruled by their emotions. You're ruled by material growth. Just like fire signs are ruled by action, and air signs are ruled by their thoughts and their ideas. So that you're just very different people. So this is you trying to figure it out, because he or she's jumping to conclusions here, and you're like trying to figure out why they can't just be a little bit more grounded. Well, it's because they're not grounded. They never will be. Okay. And then we have the World card. This is another major arcana card. This is the 21st major arcana card. So you're coming to the end of this cycle with either this person or with your love life or a relationship. And it could be going to a place where it's either going to become more committed or more exclusive or more over. Okay. I don't think it's coming to a place where it's more over based on the cards that are next. It's almost as if you're at this place where it's all or nothing with this person, and there's swift movement, the Chariot card, all right? Swift decisions, directed action, making a decision and going for it. And then all of a sudden there's this epitome of happiness in your life. The Two of Cups is the card of kind of soulmate unions and giving and receiving all of your emotions to one person. Okay? connecting emotionally with somebody, and that brings extreme happiness to you and them. Okay, and again, the Chariot, this is a card of Cancer, so we are talking about a watery type of energy. Keep in mind, it can be their rising sign, moon, or Venus. I know I said that before, but just keep that in mind, because people say all the time, I'm not dating a Pisces, I'm dating a Virgo, or I'm dating a Aquarius. Well, you don't have any idea what their rising sign is. It could be a Pisces, or it could be a Scorpio, or a Cancer. Okay, so keep that in mind. Watery type of energy, again, cups, watery type of energy. Emotions. Okay, so whatever this is, Capricorns, whatever this regret or looking at the past and seeing what you can do in the future, trying to make things better, trying to focus on the positive, you seem to be doing it very well because, and again, cups, right? So because you seem to be doing it very well because there seems to be this equal exchange, or at least on your terms, you feel like it's equal exchange. And even though there might be little bumps in the road, it ultimately ends up being okay. Maybe what this person needs is assurance that the relationship is safe. And maybe that's what this is, this directed action, is that they get that assurance and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, okay, yeah, she does love me. Oh, he does love me. He really does care about me. Okay? Because when you're in this mindset, that will cause serious drama. But when there's directed action, swift, the decision's made, everybody's on board, and you actually are moving in a direction, then they begin to feel safe and really open up. That's what this going to the next level is. Okay. All right. In your fourth quarter, though, your overall energy is the Tower, another major arcana card. This is the card of something breaking down completely, a traumatic experience with respect to love. I mean, that hurts, right? So a traumatic experience or something breaking down for the purpose of it being rebuilt. Okay? It needs a more firm foundation. It needs to be built on more solid ground. Maybe there needs to be more reciprocity. Okay? Something will break down, something will be rebuilt. I'm going to put this here again. I hope you can see it. So what I see now, we go from a watery type of energy to a fiery type of energy. We have the Queen of Wands. This is the card of Aries. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Wands, 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 wands. There's wands everywhere. So it's almost as if either the person's changing or they're taking more control in their life, or there's just a new person. Okay? That's a fire sign. And here you are in the Eight of Pentacles working, working, working. Now this could also be this, if you're in a committed relationship, okay? If you're in a committed relationship, your partner could be going from this kind of watery energy into maybe they get a new job, or maybe they're trying to level up in their career, or maybe they get really busy at work. And so it causes them to have to be extremely motivated and determined and fiery, okay? Like a fire sign, okay? A go-getter. So they could still be the same person. They could also enter in a new dating partner, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, who is very optimistic and likes to take a lot of action. The Knight of Wands goes everywhere, meets everybody, has a great time, you know, always positive, always willing to do the work. So if this is two separate people, and you're just dating, however, amidst your work, or if they're working a lot, you're going to be having to make a decision. The Two of Swords means that you're going to have to make a decision, and it's an emotional decision. If you can look again in the tarot card, the water represents emotion, and the swords represents thought and ideas. And she is blindfolded, so she's trying to hide from her emotions in order to make this decision. Or she's trying to hide from the fact that she has to make this decision. But the time is coming in the fourth quarter, Capricorns. You're going to have to make a decision. And somebody's going to get hurt. We have the Ten of Swords. Again, tens represent the end of a cycle. Okay? The tens, the end of feeling hurt, the end of spinning thoughts, the end of, you're going to feel stabbed in the back, but it's the end. Okay? And I'm not saying you could, but I'm also saying that you could be doing this to somebody. Somebody's going to get hurt based on this decision. And that's what this tower is representing. Your love life might need to be rebuilt, maybe with somebody different. Okay? You're willing to put the work in, but there's a choice to be made and somebody gets hurt. Now, then there's this card, the Page of Swords, which is a card of analysis. Okay? In love, this can actually be the card of spying and stalking. So it makes perfect sense, right? When people get hurt, they try to find out something about their ex, and so they will engage in kind of inappropriate watching. Okay? I'm not saying everybody does this, like that's not really appropriate, but it does happen, especially if someone's very hurt, and especially if they feel like this. So just kind of be aware that someone's going to be hurt, and either you or this other person, you know, they might be kind of watching you, especially through the holidays. That's what this time frame is, right in the holidays. But then enter back in the Wands. Now keep in mind, I'm going to come back to this foundation, this card that was at the bottom of the deck. Again, Temperance. So Capricorns, through this fourth quarter, even, and it's kind of dramatic because we have this great loving feeling. And then we have this period of maybe somebody new is here, even though you're really in love with this person. And I'm assuming these are different people. They don't have to be, though. Again, they don't have to be. So there's this great loving period, and then maybe somebody else comes into the picture, and then there's hurt. Because this is the theme for the fourth quarter. So just keep in mind that your temperament, the only thing you can control in this, in terms of emotions and love, is how you act, how you react and respond. And the key word is respond, don't react. So just be very conscientious of where your mindset is, despite what other people are doing. At the end of the day, you have to take care of yourself, go after what you want, obviously. So if someone's engaging in spying activities, you know, just kind of be aware. Someone's going to be hurt and someone's going to be watching. Then enter back in the fire signs. We have the Ten of Wands, which means, again, somebody who's working very hard. They have a lot on their plate. They're always a go-getter, and they love activity. Fire signs love activity. So if there's another project or another opportunity or another thing that they can do at work, pile it on. We'll take it. And they do. Okay? They do. And even though this may seem burdensome to most people, it is difficult for him to carry, but he is almost home, and he is a strong person standing up, walking with all of his wands. And what do these flowers represent in the tarot with respect to the wands? They represent that ever-present optimism that fire signs have. And when I say ever-present, I mean, yes, they're ever-present, and in an innocent sort of way. Fire signs' optimism carries them a long way in life. Okay? And there's a purpose for those flowers to be on these wands. Sometimes there's tree leaves or, you know, little butterflies on them, depending on what tarot card you're, like for example, let me find one. Like here's the Eight of Wands from another tarot deck. Okay, little leaves. And I know you guys are gonna get mad at me that I'm even talking about this. So, one more. I'll show you one more. Oh, here's from another deck. Okay, more flowers, just a different kind. So anyway, they do. It does carry them far in life. So look, white flowers, white flowers, white flowers, white flowers. There's this optimism about them. So enter in this fire sign again. Maybe they never really left, but there's somebody here that's working really hard. You're working really hard. Maybe you're working really hard together. And then there is kind of this past present atmosphere about your relationship with them. Okay, this is things that happened in the past. Where are we going in the future? And he's overlooking water again, which represents his emotions. And he's in a place in his life. Now, this is your fire sign, okay? It can also be you thinking about the fire sign, but somebody's in this good place in their life where they have built stability and they are settled. They just kind of feel a little bit lonely. There's a loneliness aspect to this card, and there's a decision that needs to be made, because twos always represent a decision in the tarot deck. So there's this past future atmosphere about your love life as you move into the fourth quarter, or finish out the year. All right, but over the next few months there's going to be love. And if you're in a committed bond, I'm just going to repeat this again. If you're in a committed bond, or you're getting into a committed bond, your partner's work structure might change. Either somebody new could come into the picture, or your partner's work structure could change and cause them to kind of act like a different person for a while, all right, and be a little bit more fiery. Or also they could be like a Sagittarius with a Cancer rising sign. So it really can be the same person. It's just funny that in the third quarter there's so much emotion, and then in the fourth quarter there's so much action. Okay. Your main topic though is just watch your temperament. Okay. All right, Capricorns, well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to order a private reading, just click on the link below. I'm offering a special. There's a shorter version, a cheaper version of the love reading. All right, thank you so much, Capricorns. Bye.